Hello, welcome to Mid-American Gardener. I'm Jennifer Nelson in for Tanisha Shade Spain. We're finally back live, so we have a great show for you. So let's meet our panelists for tonight. First we have Shane.
Hi, I'm Shane Culture. Been a while since I've been on, but I'm still the owner of Country Arbors Nursery, a family-run business. We're located in Urbana, Illinois, and we also have a facility in Onarga, Illinois, where we grow our plants. And I pretty much do this for a living. I answer questions all day about shrubs, trees, plants, perennials, and there's a lot going on right now, so I've gotten to see a lot of it, so I can answer any of those questions.
Great, thanks, Shane. Kay?
Hi, I'm Kay Carnes. I'm a Champaign County Master Gardener, and my areas of interest are herbs and vegetables and a lot of other plants, basically anything that's not a tree or a shrub.
Thanks, Kay. And last but not least, Phil.
I'm Phil Nixon. I'm an extension entomologist with the University of Illinois. And an entomologist is an insect expert, so I'll be glad to answer questions about your bugs.
Great, thanks, Phil. Remember, we're live tonight, so give us a call at 217-333-3495, and we'll get your questions answered. We have the experts here ready and waiting. So first, we're going to go through, we have a lot of cool show and tells tonight. We're going to start with Shane.
Yeah, tonight, one of the most often asked questions is, I need something that's low maintenance, something that doesn't get very tall, something that doesn't cost a lot of money. So I either take them to the rock section or I take them to the succulent section. And succulents generally in this area tend to not be hardy, but they're really easy to grow. They're very low maintenance. You don't have to water them hardly at all. And these are two of my favorite of the new collections we have. We probably have 60 or 70 different varieties at the nursery. And this is a new one here called Jelly Beans. And they're both sedums. And there are sedums that are hardy. So we probably have 30 varieties that are hardy sedums. But these are in the succulent variety, so they're not going to make it through the winter. But they make excellent trough planters, window planters, low light. And this Jelly Bean one is really interesting. As it matures, the little beads turn red like jelly beans. So they get really pretty, and the bigger it gets, the more jelly beans. And propagation is really easy. These come right off, and they just plant them right in the soil, and you can get a new jelly bean plant. Awesome. And the other one's called Chocolate. And Chocolate is looks like feathers to me. Again, it's a sedum. It's kind of hairy, but it is soft, and it's a beautiful burgundy, chocolate colored plant. Again, great, really easy. Might water them once every 2 weeks. And just a perfect little houseplant, apartment, school, like the university. I gave one to my daughter. They never water anything. Just put it in the window, give it a little water every once in a while, and it'll make it through college.
Oh, those are great. Now I'm trying to think if I have any more space, I can squeeze some of those.
Once you have one succulent, you'll have 40 succulents. No doubt about it.
You bet. And they're great for spots where you can't seem to keep anything alive because it's so hot.
They're always at the doorstep. You'll see people put them at the doorstep, or just, again, where you can't get a hose. I have a little metal container. It's probably an old, a little collection metal tin, and I just threw a couple in there, and it sits on my kitchen table.
Oh, cool. I have them by my mailbox where it's just hotter than blazes, and they do great.
Really nice plants.
Cool. Thanks, Shane. Kay, what do you have for us?
Well, I have one of the lesser known herbs. This is called Mexican oregano, and even though it's called an oregano, it's actually a member of the verbena family. It's a tender perennial here, but of course in Mexico where it's native, it's a very hardy perennial. You can put it in pots. We've got a couple out at Allerton, and they keep them in the greenhouse there over the winter, and they've done really well. It's kind of a strong, unusually tasting herb. Probably not everybody would like it, but I do, and I use it a lot in Mexican cooking. I make my own chili seasoning, and I dry it and put it in that. So
cool.
It's just something a little bit different.
Thanks, Kay. Always learn something new from you.
Yeah.
Now, Phil, you've got kind of a picture show and tell for us.
Yeah, right now in the last couple of weeks or so, we've been having, if you brush across leaves of plants and so on, you get upward moving snow. And it's a little bit, and thankfully the snow's not coming down, it's coming up. And these are actually whiteflies. Best I can tell, these are silverleaf whiteflies, and they can build up during the latter part of the season. They're very, very tiny. They're less than the size of a pinhead. And we call them like a 1/16 of an inch long. And they're sucking insects, but all you're seeing are adults, and they're just hanging out, feeding on what they can. And the leaves that we've got now are going to be old enough and hardened off enough that that they're not really going to cause any real damage to those leaves to any great extent. And this is also a whitefly that is not hardy in the Midwest, and so as temperatures drop in the fall, as we get some freezes and so on, they will disappear. So know that they're whiteflies. You probably call them little white gnats. You were pretty close. Don't worry about them. Surely you have something more important to worry about than whiteflies. So at this time of year. Earlier in the year, they can be a real problem. Whiteflies can be a real problem on tomatoes particularly, and some other plants, but this time of year, they're just one of those little things that you see. And if you really, really, really have to do something, spray them with insecticidal soap if it makes you feel better. You'll probably end up, they'll get replaced by ones from your neighbor. And so come first frost or a good hard freeze, both you and your neighbor will lose all your whiteflies regardless of what you do. So just kind of chill out and realize that they're part of what we have in the fall and roll with it.
Great advice, Phil. Okay, we're going to take a few calls. On line one, we have Kathy from Champaign has a question on tiger lilies.
Hi.
Hi.
I have these tiger lilies that I brought up from Memphis, and they're great, but they're enormous. And the flowers are all gone, but I still have the big stalks. What should I do about those? Should I cut them down? Should I leave them up? What do you think?
Are these planted in your garden?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so by this time of year, I would say that most of the energy that's drawn from the stalks is in the bulb. You want to leave your tops because that's what generates energy for the bulbs below. So a lot of people in the middle of summer when things look rough, or even in spring when they want to get the next plant around it up, they start cutting, and that's not the best thing to do. But being the middle of September, they're probably a little dried looking unless you have irrigation. But I think you're okay to start cutting down. By the end of the year, you're definitely okay to cut down. They serve no purpose later in the year. But if you really have to cut them now, you're going to be just fine. But you could enjoy this nice weather and get a little more energy if they're still green, right, and wait a little while. But if they're tall now and big, wait till next year when they're double the size.
There you go. Okay, thanks, Kathy. Line two, Paula from Pontiac has a question on whiteflies.
Yes.
Hi.
I would like to bring some of my potted plants in, but they have lots of those white flies, and I didn't want to wait to frost. What do you mean by insecticidal soap?
You will buy it exactly that way in a garden center. It'll be sold as insecticidal soap. What it is a soap, a long chain fatty acid, and it's been formulated to, any soap will kill small insects like whiteflies, and insecticidal soap has been formulated to do less damage to your plants than the other things. So you can go online, you can find things about using dishwashing detergent like Palmolive or Ivory liquid, which in research that's been done by one of my peers was found to be the best things to kill your plant with in the soap world. But at any rate, if you use an insecticidal soap, your chances of doing harm to your plant are very, very tiny, and it'll work well associated with it. If you did absolutely nothing, as those whiteflies hit the drier conditions of your house, if you have air conditioning, or as they go into the fall, they would die out. When I was a graduate student, we used to bring in plants from a greenhouse and try to keep whiteflies on them in order to show classes and so on. And we just couldn't keep the darn things alive inside the house, inside the building. So they really need a high humidity situation, and it's occasionally you'll get them in the wintertime on plants, but most of the time they're not going to be much of a problem. So if you did nothing, you would find them disappear in all likelihood.
Well, hey, yeah, that's good to know. I usually bring my plants in the garage and leave them there a few days just to let the creepy crawlies kind of show themselves before I bring them in the house.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of let's just spray it just to be on the safe side, because I've been bringing plants in from the outside for somewhere around 40 years, and I think 3 times I've ended up having to spray an insect problem.
Right.
I throw them in the shower.
Your chances of bringing them in all the time.
That's a good idea.
The idea of just spraying it before you bring it in, just to be sure, and then maybe spray it again that's really, in my opinion, an overuse of insecticide.
Yeah, I mean, that's, and I was saying earlier, I just put them all in the shower and turn it on and just wash them and leach them out. They need to be leached out anyway because all the chemicals and fertilizer we're putting in there. So I just take a shower with my plants. So I assumed everybody did that, but it sounds pretty new here.
I assume they fold their leaves.
Exactly.
Well, and
I wear a swimsuit. Absolutely.
I've had some horror stories of people bringing large pots in and discovering
Yeah.
furry creatures.
Yeah.
inside. Yeah, so
You can bring a mouse in and one.
yes,
Yeah.
very easily. Maybe their whole family. So just be careful. Okay, we're going to go to another call from Rhonda in Springfield. Has a question on magnolia trees. Rhonda? Hello?
You might have ditched us.
Oh, we took too long. Okay, we're going to go to our second round of show and tells.
Okay. Well, I have what I think is a very special plant. And sorry, Kay, I don't mean to block you there. But this is one of my favorite plants is something that my grandfather had as a hedgerow my whole time growing up. And it's a compact Carlisi viburnum, so a Korean spice viburnum. And that plant is the very first thing to bloom in the garden, besides the witch hazel, of course. But it blooms in the spring, has a beautiful white bloom, very spicy, very fragrant, and you can smell it all over the yard. But a normal Korean spice gets about 6-7 feet tall and as wide. So it's not really applicable to smaller spaces, and today's yards are getting a little smaller. The compact version has been sold for 50, 70, 80 years as well. But the problem with the compact is it grew super slow and it was kind of all over the place. You'd get long 3-foot branches and short little ones. So it wasn't very uniform. And so it just wasn't as pretty a plant. It was great that it was smaller and you could trim it and make it look good. But now this new variety called Spice Island, which I was saying sounds like a dating show on Fox, but it's called Spice Island. It grows uniformly. It has a beautiful, rich, dark green foliage. It only gets 4x4. So Spice Island, I think, is going to change the game. They've just been a little hard to find because they do grow fairly slowly, which keeps them small, 3 to 4. But it takes, a plant like this for us takes 4 years to get this size. So it takes a little while. So when you see them, buy them. And I'll say we have some, and so I'm pretty excited about having them this year. And it's called Spice Island, and it's a dwarf Korean spice viburnum. But I wish I had the flowers, and maybe in the spring I'll bring another one back that'll have the flowers. But it's the white flower that a lot of people know of, and again, super fragrant. And I love it because when I open the window for the first time in the spring, it's always those plants that are blooming real pretty.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Shane. Kay, what did you have for us?
Well, this time of the year, we're seeing a lot of hummingbirds. I know our feeders are very busy right now, but I always like to grow plants that will attract hummingbirds. So I brought a couple of the ones that I have in my garden this year. This is called Mexican bush sage, and it is a type of salvia. Again, it's a tender perennial, but it gets these beautiful purple lipped flowers and very attractive to a hummingbird. The red one is called pineapple sage, and it's called that because the leaves smell heavily like pineapple, but it also gets a bright red lipped flower that's very attractive to hummingbirds. And then this one is one of my favorite plants. It's called lion's ear, and it's an African plant. And it will get these big balls with these orange flowers, and they grow quite tall. They can get 7 or 8 or 9 feet tall, and the whole top of them has these lipped flowers. So it's kind of an interesting plant. It's used medicinally in Africa, and here it's just mostly used decorative. Again, it's a tender perennial, so I just let them die off because they reseed themselves every year in my vegetable garden.
Cool. That's a good one. I grew it one year. That's a good one to stop the neighbors to say, what is that?
Yeah. And when they touch it,
Yeah.
it's got pretty big spikes on these flowers. So
Great. Thanks, Kay. Now, Phil, you've got another show and tell picture
Yeah, I
show.
had to bring in all my slides.
Oh, good.
The one thing that we are seeing around a lot are flower flies, also called syrphid flies because they're in the family Syrphidae. and they'll hover around your hands and your arms and so on, and sit on them if you are patient enough, like my wife here, with letting some land on her. She's got a background in entomology too, so she knows that these are not sweat bees, but these are actually flies, and they do not sting, they do not bite. Why do we get so many of them? Well, most of the ones we have right now are about 1/4 of an inch long, and they're larval stages feeding on a wide variety of different things. The ones that I'm showing here are primarily aphid feeders as larvae, so they're feeding on other insects. Some that have been very numerous recently, or at least up to about a couple weeks ago, were some species that are pollen feeders as larvae, and they tend to feed in the axils of the corn plant, where the pollen falls down off of a tassel and collects down in there, and these little legless larvae will be feeding on those pollen grains. They'll feed on pollen in other plants as well. And then there are also syrphid flies that feed on as larvae on decaying organic matter, and in fact, it's a syrphid larva which has given rise for the idea of having flies in your stomach or something of this nature, because there is actually a species or two of those that can live in the acids in our stomachs if it happened to get in there accidentally. It really didn't want to be there in the first place either. But at any rate, these are not going to harm you in any way. There are sweat bees. Interestingly enough, there are sweat bees that are very common in the southern half of the United States that are this same color and size, and they hover like this, and they look a lot like it. But we don't have hardly any of that particular sweat bee this far north. The ones that we have tend to be all brownish or metallic black or metallic greenish looking. And so actually what you're worried about is something that you don't even have here anyway. Kind of enjoy them, and if they land on you, they're not going to hurt you anything. They're just going to nibble a little bit to get some moisture and some minerals in your perspiration, and they'll be fine with that. So this is another thing that you can kind of ignore or educate your kids and grandkids about.
Great. Thanks, Phil. I almost forgot I brought a show and tell today too. This is an Asian pear.
Oh, those are real.
These are real.
I thought that was part
They're
of the
not
set.
wooden.
That's pretty
no,
good.
They're real. These
How
are.
can you have 3 pairs?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a card
I'm
game.
sorry.
Not playing poker. But these are just starting to get ripe at my house. I think this is the variety Hosui. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Hosui. We've had a problem keeping these alive because they tend to be prone to fire blight. But everything else did really terrible at my house in terms of fruit trees this year, except one tree of Asian pear. And so they are, if you've never had them before, they are the texture of an apple. They're white inside. They never get soft like you would expect a pear to. They stay crispy. They're pretty expensive in the grocery store, and there's good reason for that. They're a little difficult to grow. If you don't thin them out, your whole tree will break in half, and I learned that by experience. But if I brought them, if any of the panel wants to taste it later, we've got some cut up here.
I call the dibs on the perfect one.
There you go. They're so nice, and I did nothing to them.
And they're some of the sweetest. I mean, of all the pears, they're just perfect.
Yeah, I really love them when we can get a good harvest of them. We thinned it not quite enough, so the tree's kind of leaning over precariously, but so far, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, from a bug standpoint, pears don't get many.
Yeah.
They just get fire blight and take
Yeah.
the whole
Get
tree
fire
out.
blight takes the whole tree down, you know.
Yeah. Not beneficial.
Okay, we're going to go back to some callers. We have Brenda from Decatur. She has a question on pansies.
Hi,
Hi, Brenda.
petunias.
Oh, petunias. Okay, sorry.
Anyway, I went out and it's like the second day I went by this flower and everything was off of it. They'd ate the leaves and the flowers, and I went down to touch it, and it was like just a little speck of black pepper on my finger and my hand. It bit me. It's like a little mite of some kind, and it hurt all day long. And I never seen anything wipe flowers out that quick.
Good question.
I don't know.
The only thing that I've seen that have really taken out petunias in a big way are slugs, and normally that's going to happen when you've had some damp weather, and particularly if you're mulching your garden pretty heavily. you'll tend to get slugs, and they will strip petunias right down to just the stems. The little black things, I really don't know for sure, unless you may have had pirate bugs come in secondarily. These are little black and white insects that are, and the nymphs are black, and they're about the size of pepper, fine pepper, and they will give you a nip. So it may have been that was there, but what would have killed the taken the petunias down to nothing, I'm not sure about, because certainly the pirate bugs wouldn't be there trying to eat the slugs. They're kind of big prey for pirate bugs. So I'm really not sure what you may have had that may have caused it. It's kind of hard to do post-mortem analyses in the garden sometimes.
Thanks, Brenda. Now, line 2, Jeff in Champaign has a question on burning bushes. Hi, Jeff.
Yes, hi. I have some burning bushes. A couple of them are about, 3 of them are 2 years old. They were growing really well. They're behind a fence, so I didn't look at them too closely. And all of a sudden the leaves started drying up and falling off. And then I looked at it, and it looks like they had like spider mites on it. I talked to Marianne at Prairie Gardens, and she suggested use 3-in-1 spray, which is what I sprayed. But these small plants were totally stripped of leaves, and in some of my big burning bushes, which are like 30 years old, I've never had this problem before, they've also lost a lot of leaves and sections. So I was just wondering, do you think the plants will come back from that or not? I've watered them well, and I've been spraying them, but they've got big sections that are just down to the twigs now. So I was just wondering what your thoughts are with it.
But up until the time that you did notice them, were you watering them for the months of July and August?
Yeah, I've got a water bill to prove it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have been watering them. At first, I thought it was just a water issue, so I was soaking them down good about every week or so. But I looked closely, and it, had like little spider webs underneath it, on the underside of the leaves.
Have you, do you tend to spray your plants before that fairly often?
No, I've like I said, I've had burning bush for 30 years, and I've never had a problem. This year is the first time I've ever had.
Yeah, because the only time I've known of people to end up getting spider mite problems is when they're using insecticides too often, like on a weekly or every other weekly basis. And essentially what they do is kill off all the natural enemies of spider mites, and then the spider mites take out the plant. And that's, in 40 years of doing this type of thing, I've had half a dozen cases of spider mites doing that to various types of plants. And every time I sprayed at least once a week, and occasionally more often just to be sure, or something like that. And they killed off all the predators, natural predators. So it's it's strange, it would be. But to get to your question as to will they come back, if they were spider mites, absolutely they will. And they should come back next spring. The biggest concern is that they don't come back yet this fall and have tender foliage on them that are going to die off due to freezes. But if they stay dormant, they should come out next spring and be in good shape.
And it's a burning bush, the hardiest of the group.
Right. It's
So,
It would be an accomplishment to
I've
kill
got
it.
a couple in my yard that I have made constant efforts for 30 years to get rid of, and they're still doing well.
yeah, you really have to earn a dead burning bush.
Yeah. You got
Okay,
to put in your sweat toil.
Yeah, so I think you'll be
Sweat
fine.
equity.
that's
Yeah.
encouraging. Okay, we're going to take another question from Wanda in Springfield. A question on magnolias. Let's see.
Hi.
Hi,
Yes,
Wanda.
I have a large magnolia tree in my front yard, and I've noticed on the stems that there's some kind of gall-looking thing or some kind of lesion, and if you press on it, there's some liquid that comes out of it. Is there something I should be concerned
Don't get too
about? Is there
excited,
some
Phil.
treatment I should initiate?
Yes, what you've got is magnolia scale. And that's an easy answer when it's on a magnolia tree. But these things will get fairly large. Commonly, they're going to be about 1/4 of an inch in diameter. They can get up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter, which makes a bug guy like me excited. But generally, a systemic insecticide will work very well against those. They're a soft scale, so they're easily controlled that way, in which you can use a metacloprid which is going to be in your bare shrub and tree spray, and it'll go up into the plant and kill the insects. Another option would be that you can wait until sometime during the winter. This is a strange scale in that it puts out crawlers, young ones, out in the middle of winter. And so anytime you get a warm day after, say, middle of October to the end of October, all the way through until maybe March, that you end up getting a nice warmer day up into the 50s or something, spraying it with a dormant oil spray will knock those back.
Great. Thanks, Phil. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you this week, but make sure you tune in next week for another live episode. And in the meantime, check us out on Facebook and Instagram and keep up to date on all the things that Mid-American Gardener's up to. Thank you and good night.